What do you make when you can make anything? I don't know. I wouldn't know what to make if I could make anything. I feel like it's easier to be creative when you have less resources. Tools are just tools. I mean, there's a million tools, right? Camera to lenses to programs to effects to computers to tripods to gimbals to blah, 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 blah. But all that really matters is telling a story, capturing an image, right? So if you don't have a solid base of understanding of those fundamentals of telling a story and capturing an image, all the other stuff is not going to help you. It's going to distract you. And with limited tools means that you're going to get freaking creative with those tools because you're going to push the limits. You're going to find where the limit is with those tools, how much you can get out of it. And what this does is it makes you break the rules, break the fundamentals, because you realize, okay, there is a wall that I can reach with this camera or with this lens or whatever it is, and I have to find a way to break out of it, make something more interesting than what I can in the box. Innovation occurs when there's a need for something, but there's no viable way to get it. So you're going to learn or even create new methods of capturing things or of telling stories because you're boxed in. What really makes you a unique filmmaker is doing it your way, the way that is a result of your environment and your circumstances. If you only have this one camera and you only have access to this location because of where you live and because of how you grew up, whatever, I don't know, I'm making shit up, but that's the interesting shit. That's a unique story. That's a unique storyteller. That's a unique filmmaker. Ultimately, the story is the most important, and when you have less resources, you can only really focus on what's important. I also think that with this like kind of DIY type filmmaking lends itself to be very creatively fulfilling because you poured your whole heart and soul, blood, sweat, and tears into the project. And there's a really strong sense of accomplishment when you do things yourself and you do it with nothing. Some of my favorite projects are from years ago that I just have fond memories of because I know that I poured so much into and had nothing. And I really scraped things together to make it what it was. If you have a passion for storytelling and you have the drive to make things happen, you're gonna be great. Source? What's my source on that? I made it up. I'm telling myself that because I hope it's true. When you're first starting off with filmmaking, you have no expectations on you and there's no rules and there's no wrongdoing. It's just all fun, creative expression. But then there comes a point in your career where it becomes a career and all of a sudden you have these expectations and this pressure to do things a certain way, to film on a certain camera. And I just think it's kind of some bullshit, to be honest. I just don't think it's real. I think if we can take that like childlike wonder with us into the creative career world, we can really make some special stuff. So I sold my laptop, my MacBook Air, sold it on eBay, got scammed. Just looking back, I was so stupid. Like I should have seen that it was a scam. It was so obvious. But I got scammed, spent the whole summer working at a liquor store to save up money. Sony a7S II, which I still use, filming on it right now. I ran that camera into the ground and I still use that camera and I still run it into the ground and I've seen the limit of that camera. I've used it on so many projects and I've upgraded it with, like a recorder, the Ninja, so that I can get ProRes recording and higher bit rate and all this stuff. Seen the limit on that. Got a gimbal. Seen the limit on the gimbal. Upgraded to the Blackmagic Pocket 6K. And honestly, I gotta say, I have not found the limit with this camera. I think this is an amazing camera and I'm still using it. But I've also seen the limit with shooting stuff by myself. And so I've upgraded to having crews, and then I've upgraded again to having bigger crews, and then I upgraded to just being a director, not even producing my own projects, just stepping on a set to just direct. And I have not seen the limit of that. I think that's where my journey is headed, and I have a lot to learn in that space. But my point in telling you guys all this is that along the way, you hit roadblocks, and you have to get creative with how you move around them. You have this desire to be somewhere else, to do something else, to achieve something. You have the desire, you have the drive, you have the vision, and that's where innovation and creativity spark. Creativity is problem solving. Creativity comes from not having the solution handed to you and having to come up with a solution. And that is why I think that having less makes you more creative. Thanks for watching. I'm gripping the shit out of this mic.